Mekong Delta mangrove forests have significantly declined in recent decades. In Ben Tre Province, approximately 4,400 hectares remain, primarily concentrated in Tan Phu, Binh Dai, and Phat Quoi districts. While the provincial government has restored mangroves, the area of degraded forests remains considerable. From September 2023 to September 2025, the Center for Environmental Science and Ecology, CESE, in collaboration with Ben Tre's Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, now the Department of Agriculture and Environment, and stakeholders, implemented a community-based mangrove restoration project in Ben Tre Province. This project was supported by Aramco Asia Singapore and the Global Environment Center, GEC. The project focuses on activities such as awareness enhancement for local communities on coastal mangrove protection, strengthen the capacity of mangrove management for local forest rangers, restoring mangrove forests in the Ba Lai estuary in Noi Thuan Commune, Binh Dai district, supporting local communities in establishing mangrove nurseries and planting local community livelihood development by supporting households to establish mangrove seedling nurseries, and participating in planting and protecting mangroves. In Project Phase 1, conducted from 2023 to 2024, local households participating in the project established mangrove nurseries with an area of 1.4 hectares in Bao Tan Commune, Phat Quoi district, and restored 5 hectares of mangroves in a mud-flat area along Ba Lai estuary in Noi Thuan Commune, Binh Dai district. An assessment by the Ben Tre Provincial Department of Agriculture and Environment in March 2025 indicated a tree survival rate exceeding 95%. In Project Phase 2, involved supporting households in establishing a 2.5 hectare community mangrove seedling nursery in Jiao Tan Commune, Tan Phu district. Large-scale nurseries enable households to supply mangrove seedlings for planting in Ben Tre and other Mekong Delta coastal provinces, boosting local household income. Project Phase 2 will also support local households in planting 5 hectares of mangroves in the Ba Lai estuary mudflats. From April 14 to 16, 2025, an Aramco Asia Singapore and Global Environment Center delegation visited Ben Tre Province to meet with Agriculture and Environment Department leaders and tour the site of the Mangrove Conservation Project. The Aramco Asia Singapore delegation included Ms. Aldasari Fai Khaled, Managing Director of Aramco Singapore, and Ms. Nyo Ean. The Global Environment Center delegation included Mr. Faisal Paris, Director of GEC, and Mr. Nagarajan Rangasamy. At the welcome dinner, Mr. Don Van Dan, Director of Ben Tre Province's Department of Agriculture and Environment, thanked Aramco Asia Singapore and the Global Environment Center for their support of the Mangrove Conservation Project in Ben Tre. In the meeting, Mr. Huyn Quang Duc, Vice Director of the Department of Agriculture and Environment, commented, "Activities of the Mangrove Restoration Project with local community participation in line with the province's focus. I highly appreciate the significance of the project's contributions." He expressed hope for continued support to further mangrove restoration efforts. Mr. Duc stated that Ben Tre Province is committed to protecting existing mangrove forests, including those planted through the project, and hopes Aramco Asia Singapore and GEC will continue to support mangrove restoration efforts in the province.
Chúc chuyến công tác của chúng ta thật là vui, thật là bổ ích và đạt được mục tiêu đã đề ra.
From the forestry management perspective, the leaders of the Forest Protection Department and the Management Board of Protective and Special Use Forests of Ben Tre Province also commented on the significance of the success of the project activity supported by Aramco Asia Singapore and
chỉ đạo thẳng chỗ này là sẽ hỗ trợ chỗ bên ngoài chứ những sản phẩm gì những cái gì mình làm để ra để nâng cái sinh kế.
There are so many different goals that we have with this project, and the first goal is to protect and preserve the environment. The second goal was to increase the livelihood of local people involved in the project.
Representatives of Aramco, Ms. Aldasir and Mr. Faisal, Director of GEC, highlighted the importance of mangrove ecosystem restoration in Southeast Asia and the support activities from Aramco Singapore and as well as GEC activities in coastal mangrove restoration.
We at Aramco are deeply honored to be part of this mangrove restoration of the Baila estuary in Ben Tre district, which is part of the Mekong Delta region. To us, this project is not just about planting trees, it's about protecting this region's ecosystem and supporting local livelihoods. It strongly believes in empowering local communities.
After the meeting at the Department of Agriculture and Environment, the Aramco and GEC delegation also visited the mangrove seedling nursery in Jiao Ton Commune, Ton Phu District.
So we are very much looking forward to visiting the nursery site and the farming site during these.
At the mangrove nursery, Aramco and GEC delegates met with local households and discussed their project participation activities. Delegation of Aramco Asia Singapore and GEC, along with forestry officials and local people, participated in the symbolic and meaningful tree planting event to join hands in protecting mangroves.
Đậu ta còn ở trúng nước luôn mà lo gì.
Tao thấy kiểu này hồi chắc vướng vô cái đó rồi lây quay luôn quá. Thôi dám đá.
The GEC delegation visited the Ba Lai Estuary mangrove planting area, observing the 5-hectare Soneratia planting from Project Phase 1 and the mud flats slated for Phase 2 mangrove replanting, supported by Aramco Asia Singapore and GEC. During the site visit, GEC delegates and provincial forestry protection leaders discussed experiences in planting and restoring coastal mangrove forests.
colleagues from Aramco cannot join today. They have a meeting in London, but we will share with them photograph and reports on the activities from other departments.
Chúng tôi cũng có dịp đến thăm cái vị trí mà sẽ trồng thêm trong năm nay. Chúng tôi thấy rất là phù hợp và cũng rất là mong đợi chờ nghe cái kết quả sau khi trồng.
So I think overall, congratulations for the very good result, and hope that we can find a way to continue the cooperation.
Và chúng tôi cũng đánh giá rất cao và rất là chúc mừng cái kết quả của dự án cũng đã đem lại vậy.
The project activities on mangrove conservation with local community participation will be implemented in Ben Tre Province until September 2025. However, as the leaders of Ben Tre Province once said, the implementation process shows that the project's approach has achieved more results than expected. The project significantly improved local livelihoods and sustainably preserved coastal mangrove ecosystems and biodiversity.
Chúng tôi xin phát biểu một số vấn đề chung, còn những vấn đề chi tiết thì sau khi
Đi đâu?